Welcome back to another episode. On this week's episode...
Well, I've got the boat to myself for 2 or 3 weeks. You know, I could get into a whole nother discussion about what's the point of cruising if you're going to be working Monday to Friday. Like, I've had these thoughts. How good does that look, eh? We're going to grab our solar panels. Please give me it.
Thanks for watching. Enjoy the show. This is Ben, our jean vest-loving, fearless captain. One day he convinced me to go along with him on the adventure of buying and moving onto a sailboat, Kiana. And since then, we've had no regrets. I'm Alie, by the way, first mate and fishing enthusiast. And together, we've been exploring the Pacific Northwest, and one day we hope to take her home and our surfboards even further. Oh, this is Bruce, our sandy boat dog. Thanks for coming along with us, and special thanks to our patrons for keeping us going. If you haven't already, hit subscribe and don't forget to hit that bell. Oh my god. I can't believe this is a thing right now. Welcome to Ucluelet, voted one of the best places in BC to live by CBC News. And it's also where Ben has been living for the last little while, after we moved out of our house and back onto the boat, in preparation to bring it down south.
Hello, welcome to the first ever Ben-only vlog. Sorry to have to do that to you. Alie is up in a different part of BC right now. She's on like a 3-week contract. Good paying, sort of cash up before we go cruising type of job. So we're pretty stoked she could get on that. I'm here on the boat, so we're real time now. It is mid-April as I'm recording. I've got the boat to myself for 2 or 3 weeks, which is a great opportunity to start knocking off all the projects I didn't take care of over the winter when I definitely could have. I've got the engine maintenance that I never did last spring that I probably should have. Solar, dinghy davits, anchor, electronics, re-rig. I got some space to get some stuff done, getting the boat ready to sail down south. And I'm sorry there's no Alie right now, but she's making the money, baby. All right, guys, I got some exciting news. That box behind me there just came from Kingston Marine in Ontario. They sent us a brand new anchor, which I'm super excited to check out. And they also sent us some dinghy davits. We'll be installing those later when we're in the boatyard. But for now, let's pop open this box and see what this anchor looks like. Oh, cool. I didn't know they were going to do that. Breaking waves. How good does that look, eh? Thank you to Kingston Anchor. We will obviously test it out and report back on how the anchor works for us, but so far I love it. It looks amazing. So it's an interesting design. There's a lot of similar anchors on the market this year, but I haven't seen, or nowadays, but I haven't seen any with this opening at the front. That's kind of neat. I might actually send Kingston a message and just ask them if they can give me any details on why the design is the way it is with this anchor, and maybe what the pros and cons are in their mind. So as you can see, it's a smaller anchor for sure, by weight and by size, than big old Bruce. But modern anchors are rated, you had to upsize with Bruce's back in the day, compared to what a more modern anchor will do. Also, when I checked out the 30 kilogram Bruce for this boat, it was already overrated for this boat. So I think we got the right size anchor for our boat with Kingston here. Looks good. So just keeping you guys kind of updated as I'm chipping away at a bunch of little projects. All this stuff in front of me is filters, impellers, belts. So engine maintenance tomorrow. This is the old compass from the helm that used to be on the Edson mount. You might recognize this purple bit. And I might have showed you already if it made the cut, but I got this repurposed compass, a Ritchie compass, for 50 bucks the other day when I was in Nanaimo picking up all this maintenance stuff I needed to get. So I'm just going to sort of combine these two compass systems together and we'll have a functioning lit up compass at night. This project is so exciting and I just want to get it done even though I'm pretty much ready to go to bed right now. I just want to see it working at night again in the cockpit. I want to see it finish installed because it's one of those projects that gets you dreaming about the longer term passages, you know, like the overnight stuff and the, you know, sitting under a moonlit or starlit sky in the middle of the Pacific Ocean with a warm breeze. That sort of like romantic, picturesque sort of, or idyllic experience that I think a lot of people dream about when they're at this stage of their sailing careers. So yeah, I just want to get this thing installed and see how it lights up illuminates the cockpit with a little red light on it. Good morning. I've decided to take advantage in the break in the weather and get the whisker pole back up onto the mast. So you guys would have seen earlier that we had the pole down for the winter so that I could put a new control line inside of it. Right now I'm going to go up the mast and install the external control line while I got some sun. Well, at least not rain. It's not raining! And great news, or big news I should say. Super excited to share this with you guys. I'm sure we're not the only channel that's sharing this content at this point, but we put our order in for a Starlink dish yesterday. It looks like it is 2 weeks away according to Starlink. You know, I could get into a whole nother discussion about what's the point of cruising if you're going to be working Monday to Friday. Like, I've had these thoughts, like the whole point of cruising is to disconnect from the grind and the 9 to 5. And I'm definitely aware of that and I think about that. But on the other side of that, I really believe in working and setting up a nest egg and being able to be financially free. You know, I'm not at that point in my life. I'd love to just cruise around the world financially free. I'm not a huge fan of the idea of just like selling my house or dipping into retirement savings to fund my cruising. I actually just like the idea of being able to cruise while continuing to build for the future, and then someday being financially free and continuing to cruise.
While it's true, we believe you shouldn't live your life in preparation for retirement. But we also see the value in having some security when you aren't able to work anymore. We created this channel wanting to achieve and display a lifestyle where you could have both, security and freedom. Perhaps finally succeeding at creating a life that we don't need to retire from. But of course, it's still a work in progress.
That'll probably work. There we go, folks. Whisker pole back in action. All right, fast forward to 5 p.m. Workday is over, and I am working on the boat. Surprise, surprise! Look, it's time to put the sail up. Threw in a couple dog bones there for us. These sliders are working so much better now. Decided to take advantage of some of this never-ending rainfall and scrub the deck. All right, sunshine again. Spring must have finally came. How about that? Another work day in the books. I am running to the store to grab some food for dinner, and I'm running to the property where our little storage trailer is to grab our solar panels. We got 400 watts from Renogy, including the controllers and all that kind of stuff. And I feel like fitting them up right now because it's so nice out. These guys here, these are the dinghy dabbits I mentioned the other day from Kingston. I wanted to give you guys a quick update on Starlink, which I was so excited to announce about a week ago that we had ordered our Starlink dish. Starlink is, satellite internet, high-speed internet anywhere in the world, basically. Elon Musk company who just took over Twitter, so I don't know, maybe you love him, maybe you hate him, I don't really care. He can take all my money. I just want reliable internet on the go because I work from the boat. So I ordered the dish. It came in a week, which I thought was really good. And then it turned out, though, that they sent the old generation of the dish, not the new current generation of the technology. And that's pretty disappointing because on a boat, you really want the smaller, new era dish. Uses less power. There's a few other reasons, but mainly just the size. It's not as bulky as the big round dish that they originally had. But in the meantime, if it's working, I'm willing to risk it. I'm willing to put it up in the marine environment, and it'll last as long as it lasts. And yeah, I just want it. Please give me it. Yeah, we'll keep you posted on it. More panels on this side. So yeah, first impressions out of the box from Renogy. Looks like good quality stuff. They fit up pretty good with the 4 of them on the bimini above me here. I think it'll be a good thing to have the ones on the outside sort of articulated, not quite horizontal, so that later in the day, depending on where the sun's coming from, that one panel, like right now actually, the sun's coming from over here. This panel right here will be kind of facing it, so that'll be good for the evenings and the mornings, and then all the panels will get lots of sun when the sun is high up in the air. So far so good. I'm happy with how they look. We are rained out again. That'll be the end of that for now. It's a nice night though. I might just hang out in the cockpit and enjoy the rainy, sunny sunset. Now I'm going to mark all the holes. I've got this little area here that I'm going to have to build some sort of, I don't know, shim or something. And my plan is to mark holes everywhere, fill that up with epoxy, let it dry, drill the hole again so that I'm protecting my bimini and Dodger, my bimini. And then I'll be able to fasten them down.
While we're happy with our solar panels so far, they are physically installed but not yet wired up. But hey, that's for the next episode, when I return and Ben and I sail down and around the bottom of Vancouver Island to Sydney, where we do a heck ton of work in the boatyard. Stay tuned, and thank you again to all of our patrons for keeping us going. See you at the next episode.